I often have people comment to me how they slept great at a hotel and they assume that the mattress was the sole source of their improved slumber. So they begin an immediate quest, not unlike that for the Holy Grail, to find that exact hotel mattress. They've even ripped off the mattress tag with the mattress police in hot pursuit and brought that to me and said, I need to find this exact bed. So, should you buy a hotel mattress? Hi, it's America's Beducator, Jeff Shire. Hotel mattresses, whether the ones actually used at hotels or ones that just have hotel stamped on the label at the store, are those items you should consider for purchase? Well, in most cases, the answer is probably no. We're much too quick to assign a poor or a great night's sleep at a hotel to the mattress itself, but as we'll discuss here in a few moments, there's many reasons that you may get a great or a lousy night's sleep at a hotel. First off, let's start with some of the reasons that you may not sleep so well at a hotel. And number one, you're in an unfamiliar environment and your body puts itself into a bit of a state of fight or flight when you go to sleep. You'll be in the lighter stages of sleep instead of the more restorative stages of sleep. Because you're in this unfamiliar environment, your body doesn't know if you may need to escape or defend yourself. Also, you have new smells and new noises. People up and down the hallway unloading their cars in the parking lot. You may have loud plumbing or even noisy neighbors, and that's much different than what you have at home. The sheets and the pillows will be different, so we have different tactile senses right here. The items closest to your skin have the most dramatic impact upon your overall perception of comfort, and if those are different from what you're used to at home, that can have a huge impact upon the depth of your sleep. Also, temperature could be an issue. It could be too cool in the room, it could be too warm in the room, humidity control may be poor, and that may be different than what you have at home. Also, just the fact that you're traveling and you're off of your daily routine, and your diet could be off as well. The only time that I eat Bugles is when I'm on a road trip traveling, and they are delicioso. Also, you may be traveling for work, which you may not want to do so much, and you may have to perform an unpleasant task associated with that work trip, or you could be traveling for personal reasons, but maybe it's something that you really don't want to be there doing, like perhaps going with your spouse to a sewing convention. Just saying. And then the last reason could be that the mattress itself is actually really lousy at the hotel. I think we've all experienced that. Now, on the other side of the coin, there could be reasons why we're sleeping great at the hotel. And the first thing could be is that we're exhausted. I mean, how many times have you been in the car for 12 hours straight and you get to the hotel and you just face plant on that mattress, still in your clothes, and you sleep great? I mean, if you're exhausted, your body's going to make sure that you get into some of those deeper phases of sleep. Or maybe you spent all day at an amusement park and you just tuckered yourself out walking all over the place. I mean, if your body's tired, you're going to get some good deep sleep regardless of where you're going. Also, you could just be in a great happy mood. You're on vacation, you're doing something that's really pleasant, or maybe you're just not home and you're away from some of that stress at home and you were just happy to get the hell out of Dodge. That's a great thing, right? Temperature could be better managed at the hotel room than what you have at home. You may have a great air conditioning unit that you don't have at home, so you're able to get it into a cooler sleeping environment, and you're able to regulate humidity well, especially in the summertime. And if you don't have that at home, having that temperature in the mid 60-degree range with a low relative humidity will really be conducive to restorative slumber. Also, if you have a pet at home but you didn't bring the pet on vacation, you may not have that pet bouncing around on the mattress in the middle of the night, waking you up and taking you out of the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep. Also, the top of bed products that the hotel uses, the sheets, the comforter, the topper, the pillows, those may all be nicer than what you have at home as well. Again, as I mentioned earlier, items closer to your skin have a more dramatic impact upon your sensation of comfort. And then lastly, the mattress could be a much better product than what you have at home, and that could be the reason that you're sleeping better. Now, as we can see, there are many, many reasons why you may sleep better at a hotel, but for the sake of this video, let's assume that it's the mattress and that was the sole reason that you're sleeping better. All things being equal, just because you slept better at a hotel and the mattress was better than the one that you have at home doesn't mean that that particular mattress is the one perfect mattress. There is no one perfect mattress. There's more ranges of comfort that are more appropriate for your particular sleep style. And it may be that the mattress at the hotel is much more appropriate than what you have at home. Most motel mattresses tend to be on the harder surface comfort end of the spectrum. This tends to give the hoteliers better durability and also works for a wider group of people that come to visit the hotel. So generally speaking, this may indicate that your mattress at home either has poor support or more than likely has too thick of a comfort cradle on top or is too soft on top, or the foams may have lost their resilience. Perhaps they're lower density foams, lower quality foams, which is sort of common with modern bedding these days. So one thing that the hotel companies have been doing to make up for these hard mattresses is that they're using nicer top of bed products. They have strap-on toppers, usually using some sort of a synthetic fiber. These are easy to wash. They provide some extra comfort. They're inexpensive, so if they get damaged, they're much more affordable for the hotel to replace than replacing the entire mattress. It's a very inexpensive way for them to create extra comfort and extend mattress life. Also, the sheets are much better these days at hotels than they have been in the past. And as I mentioned, these items closer to your skin will have a much more dramatic impact upon your comfort. So hotels have started to realize that if they create a more comfortable sleep environment, maybe they'll create a little bit of a brand loyalty. And it's a smart concept, right? So if we assume that the mattress is solely responsible for you sleeping better, does that mean that you should go out and find that exact hotel mattress? Again, my answer is going to be probably not. Just use the hotel mattress, the comfort of that mattress, as an overall guide, and then what you should do is find a product in a similar range of comfort, but one that uses higher quality and more durable materials than what's typically found in the hotel industry. Most contract or hospitality bedding used in the hotel industry is pretty basic and lower quality in the density of the foams. These frequently have to be replaced by the hotels, and that's a pretty big cost for them to do that. So they demand from the contract bedding specialist something that's a bit of on the firmer side of things, something that will last a little longer, but also something that doesn't cost too much because they have to replace them frequently. So in order to do this, the contract bedding suppliers, they certainly can create a firm product, but they're not going to use the highest quality, highest density, most expensive foams to do this because they wouldn't be able to have an affordable cost. So these hotel beds can even use lower quality foams in many cases than the consumer beds that we buy here typically in the industry, and most of the name brands are using poor quality foams to begin with a comfort life that's only 3 to 5 years. So that's one reason why we'd want to avoid a lot of this contract bedding. Now, some of these hotels, they're pretty bright, and they realize that people are sleeping better at the hotel than what they do at home, and they've started to create a revenue stream by selling mattresses online. Quite often, these mattresses are represented to be the same as what you slept on in the hotel, but quite often they're not. They're often very overpriced, and again, as we talked about, they tend to use lower density, lower quality foams. But they know that people are desperate for a good night's sleep, and they'll pay about anything to get more restoration. But you're an educated person, so hopefully you won't jump to that conclusion and buy something sight unseen like that. Hoteliers are experts at providing good, clean, safe environments for you to sleep in, but they're not experts on sleep and restoration and mattresses and their construction. Now, some instances, they can use better beds at hotels, and maybe they have a contract with a smaller supplier that makes a private product for them that uses higher quality materials. For example, like Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island has with Capital Bedding. And just as an aside, speaking of Grand Hotel, and to paraphrase Ferris Bueller, that place is so choice. If you have a chance to visit there, I highly recommend it. You'll really enjoy it. Mackinac Island is otherworldly. A lot of fun. Another mistake that people will make is trying to stick with the exact brand of the mattress itself that they see, even to the point of ripping off the law tag and bringing that to me. But mattress companies change their lineups about every year. It's not like a car company where you'll have a Ford Mustang year after year after year. It's the same model with subtle variations. Mattress companies change all the time, and then contract bedding is very different from the retail bedding that we see here for consumers to purchase. So it's a bit of a futile task. So the products are generally not using higher quality componentry in the hotel, and generally they're using lower quality than many of the retail things that we see. So how are you supposed to proceed when doing this? Well, the best practice is to use that surface comfort that you liked at the hotel as an overall guideline. And then find an educated comfort consultant that can help you find a product in a similar range of comfort, but one that uses higher quality materials. The foams are higher density. Remember, the more dense the foam, the more durable it is. And then one that uses a very good quality of construction, and one that has a very strong support unit. Now, granted, Finding a good quality comfort consultant can be more difficult than finding the mattress itself that's in the comfort range than you like. I understand that. But it's not impossible. There are many knowledgeable people out there within the industry who can help you learn about componentry. And that's the important thing, is that you need to learn about the ingredients inside of the product, because you can't feel quality and you can't feel durability. I doubt that you have a sensor built into your buttocks that can tell you the quality, the density of the foams, and how well that product was constructed. So you need some guidance. You need an educated individual to help you through that process. Also, don't forget those top of bed components, those top of bed products. If your sheets are worn, if your mattress pad is worn, if you have a lousy pillow, consider replacing those at the same time with some good quality components so that you have the overall comfortable sleep experience. All of these things will contribute to that overall depth of sleep that you get into. The mattress is one part of that overall slumber experience, of course. And if you just fix one thing, the mattress, but you have lousy sheets that feel like sandpaper, chances are you're still not going to spend a lot of time in those deeper phases of sleep. The good news is that we have thousands upon thousands of products out there within the industry. And it's not too difficult to find something that's in the comfort range that you enjoyed. Again, there is no one perfect mattress. I mean, if there was one perfect mattress, you'd walk into sleep shops and there would be the one mattress right there in the center with 12 spotlights on it, and you'd walk in and it'd be like, ah, and there'd be the one perfect mattress and everybody would buy it and everybody would sleep great. But that's really not the case. It's finding the product that works best for you and your specific needs. And if you found something in that comfort range at a hotel, I mean, you've got a great leg up on this process. And then you're just trying to find something that's better quality, but something that approximates that product to get a longer, more consistent comfort life. So in the end, if you slept better on vacation, that's wonderful. But leave the mattress where it was on vacation. Just like you're bringing back happy memories, bring back the memories of the comfort of that mattress, but then find something using higher quality, higher density foams, higher quality materials on the inside that approximates that comfort. And you'll be happy with your purchase and you'll get a good, long, consistent comfort life. What? Are you still here? The video's over. What are you doing? Use the advice that I gave you and go out and find a good mattress. Get sleeping better soon. I'm all done. Go watch a viral cat video or something. Can't believe these people still watching this video.